Boy, oh boy. Oh, it's erroring. Oopsie doopsies. Oh, that's annoying. Give me a sec, guys. The camera's acting stupid. Oh, that's so. Might have to do it a different way. Give me one sec, boys. Alright, we can just do it that way. Yeah, that also works. Alright, I just need to do one thing. Hello. Oh, it is that stupid. Hello. There we go. Beautiful. I have to pee real quick. We got a long day ahead of us, so like, get comfortable, all right? Get comfortable. Sorry, I don't know what possessed me there. Gee willikers. By golly, I don't know what happened. That must have been a demon. All right, I need to make sure our Instagram feed is working since the Prism lens was not cooperating with me. So we will just drag this, make it nice and big. Where's my center of the frame? This would be center for me. Center. Okay. I would love if I had gum right now. I really need it. This is going to be like a big focus day. Hello? All right, so first up, can you guys hear me? Let me just double check. Okay, so we're live on there. Let me just make sure Instagram we are live as well. Let me just adjust my headphones. Okay. Alrighty, gang. How we doing today? How we doing? We're gonna get started in like 2 minutes or so. I got 3 main topics I want to cover today. The big boy one has to be market research. So there's one product that I want to start with first in this challenge that we found in the first day of our product research. And I want to really dive deep into how you can understand your market and all the nitty gritty little details that obviously are what separates your copy and your ads from everyone else, and how you can really make those high converting ads and descriptions. So that's going to be the main thing we covered today. I just want to make sure we're all good. Can we see me? Can we hear me? Does everything look good? That's usually the big thing. Let me answer a few of you guys' questions. So, hey, Ethan, I'm very stressed right now after a year. I finally found a winning product doing $1,000 per day, but I don't have the money to buy inventory for Chinese New Year's. Thoughts? You don't need to buy inventory. Just keep doing the dropshipping model. That's why it's the dropshipping model, bro. So, I mean, the reality is, yeah, well, you have to probably scale back during that time because you can't buy inventory in advance because of Chinese New Year. Yes. Just recognize and have good open communication with your supplier on how long are they going to be taking their break. And maybe you even consider, hey, is there a backup supplier that we can reach out to in the meantime that can also ship some orders out? Or just on your website, just say we're experiencing delays because we're going viral. There's a lot of different ways you can work around that. Salutations, Ethan. Salutations to you, good sir. Yes, yes, yes. Long, wealthy, and prosperity to you. Yes, why, yes. Oh, what a fantastic day to make some money. Am I right, lads? Money, 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 money. Room reveal when? I mean, this is basically my entire room. I don't know what to tell you. To tell you, there ain't really more to it. You want a tour of the Palace of Dreams back there where all the magic happens? Why don't you come visit me in person? That's a VIP experience. All right. So it sounds like you guys can all hear me. You can all hear me, see me. Yeah, I think we're good. I just want to make sure. Double checking things. Instagram, we got no motion, as per usual. Not shocking. Doesn't matter. All right. So it is a Monday. I get it. People are at school. People are doing their shit. So for today, I have 3 videos. We'll get started right now. First one is going to be, as per usual, I like to do a mindset video. And after some mindset, we are going to talk about how to set up your emails, how to set up your SMS flows, because those are incredibly important before we ever launch. And then finally, we're going to get into the real juicy details, which is going to be doing some market research and understanding our avatar. So that's going to be the big stuff. All right, let's get cooking. Make sure we're all good. Okay. So screen record is on. Let's do a little bit of mindset. I love me some mindset. I got a lot of notes, so I'm gonna have to scroll up a bit. I have like 9 pages worth of notes on this video. So if I look to my right here, just know that's why. But all right, let's get into it. Welcome to day 7 of the challenge, Pookie. Today is all about transformation, innovation, masturbation. I mean, you're undoubtedly here for one of those things. I know I'm just a piece of meat. You don't even watch these videos for the value anyways. But to be honest, I really want to cover a topic that is my main motivator in life. It is why I've accomplished so much by the age of 24. And it's really the fire, it is the coal in my stove that keeps me going, even when it is very easy to take your gas off the pedal and you've reached those first initial goals and dreams that you had for yourself. And it's something that people just don't think about, frankly, enough. And it's realizing that you are going to die. I am going to die. Everyone watching this video and this live stream and this challenge is going to die. Now, best case scenario, you have another 50, 60, maybe even 70 years if you're really totally health maxing and you're just Brian Johnson and you're going to live forever. But for a lot of you guys, there's a chance, worst case, that you may die tomorrow. Naked girl avalanches are rampant right now. It's an epidemic. And you may get squashed by one, especially one that's full of tortoise. But realizing this, that everything you own is finite. Everything that you own, your house, your car, all of it, you're just renting essentially. Someone else will own it after you pass away. So let me really ask you something. If you know all of this, if you know your time is running out, if you know that you aren't going to live forever, then why are you still making excuses? That you're too young, that you're too broke, that you're too inexperienced. Why are you still scrolling on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube for 3 hours a day, playing video games, distracting yourself from the fact that you are immortal, distracting yourself from reality, that you are going to die? It could be today, it could be tomorrow, it could be in 10 years, it could be 50 years. It doesn't matter, because the truth is you are going to die. That is one of the most given things when you have set foot on this planet. But for some reason, you just choose not to believe it, or you choose not to think about it actively. And that's why you move when it comes to your business and your life and your dreams and your goals like old people fuck. Like you have unlimited time, that you're some immortal vampire, but you don't have time. There is no time. The clock is ticking right now. And a lot of people are just lulled by this, you know what? I'll just put in my dues. I'll retire at 65 and then I'll enjoy life. Enjoy life. At 65, I mean, I know for me, my body's going to be broken down. My mind is going to be mush. I'll probably have Alzheimer's by that time. Enjoy what? And for a lot of you guys, you don't realize how long that these years, this time, all of this together, it's just adding up. And when you really think about the time, the clock is ticking right now. I apologize, I'm kind of going a little over the place. But retiring at 65, this idea of retiring when you're a little bit older, it just doesn't make sense because you're only going to have so many good years. So many years where you're active, where you're fully there to enjoy life and to have these gifts. Yet you're choosing to wait. You're choosing to delay. You know what? At 30, at 40, I'll start my family. I'll actually get to have the fun things. When it's like, dude, even at that time, that's not that much in the grand scheme of things. So I really want to break down in this video every limiting belief that you have that is right now preventing you from having success, because these limiting beliefs are going to dictate your reality. What you believe is the truth, is going to be your reality. If you believe you're going to fail, then yes, you are going to fail. So we need to reprogram your mind and how you approach this if you really want to have any shot of making dropshipping or any business model work in the first place. And second, I want to show you why death is by far the number one motivator. Not money, not freedom, not all that stuff, but actually realizing your mortality. Because the perfect moment to get started isn't when you feel like, oh, I got all the information. I've done all the study. No, it's right now. This is the best time. There is no other time out there. So as we get into this, I want to first kind of just cover what my reality is and why I decided to make death my biggest motivator. Because I've had friends die very young, in their 20s. And it's always, such a shock when you hear about this, but you realize, that could have been me. That car accident, some just random scenario, even some illness. I am very grateful for my health, and I'm very grateful that I don't tend to have anything in my family that runs that could potentially be an issue for me. But not everyone has that luck, and we can't really control that. And it's depressing, and it's really honestly dark. But that's the reality we live in. We can't just pretend that this doesn't exist, that people are going to live forever, that they're going to always live to 70, 80, 90. It just doesn't happen. That's not the statistics. And when I don't want to work, I realize, Ethan, you could die tomorrow. What are you waiting for? Why are you pushing these tasks to tomorrow? There could be a time where in 5 years, my mom, my dad, something could happen to them, and I didn't get the chance to fully provide for them, to fully take care of them, to fully repay all the blessings, all the faith that they had in me. And that's such a depressing thought. It's like, why am I scrolling on Instagram? Why am I doing these vices, these things that are not just good? They're not progressing me towards my goal when my parents are out there that have sacrificed so much for me and I've done nothing to give back to them. And that's the reality for a lot of you guys. Sure, I've done some nice things for my parents, but I know I can do so much more. I want to buy them a farm. I want to buy them their dream cars. I want to buy them everything that they want as a thank you for bringing me into this world, which is the ultimate gift that they gave to me. But it really does keep me focused, and it keeps me urgent. It keeps me distracted from making excuses to realize that, okay, Ethan, something can happen to you. You don't have unlimited time. So with that in mind, and we'll get back to that a little later, I want to now cover what are the limiting beliefs, the things that you tell yourself that are preventing you from fully going balls deep into this business model, which is what it requires, the obsession for you to get success. Now, the first limiting belief I see all the time, the first thing that you are building a cage around yourself that is preventing you from taking action, is saying, you know what, Ethan, I'm too young, or I'm too old. I'm just too inexperienced. I don't know. I just don't think this is going to work for me. And it just makes zero sense. Now, if you're someone who feels like you're too young, maybe you're a teenager watching this. Based on all the poop and dick jokes I make, it's probably primarily teenagers. When you're a teenager, it doesn't matter. People don't buy from your store wondering, how old is the owner of this store? They don't give a fuck. They just want your product. They just want your solution. They want what you are selling to them. And that is just something that doesn't require you to be a certain age. I made my first sale when I was 16 years old. I have plenty of students. Camden, he's 15, making $15,000 a day. Wera, 17, making over $10,000 a day. This is not something where the age is going to detract you or be something that prevents you from being successful. There's so many countless examples. In fact, most of the people I know that have really became big hitters in this space were starting when they were teenagers. They had that drive. They had that ambition. Now, are there certain things that are going to be a little bit more difficult, like applying for payment processors, credit cards, all that, because you're not 18 yet? Yes. So get your parents' permission. Find a way. Find a solution. Being an entrepreneur is just about putting out fires. You are a firefighter, and every solution to problems that you face is getting you one step closer to getting the success you want. So your ability to solve problems is directly correlated to the amount of money you make. You solve 100K a month problems, then eventually you're going to get to the next stage, which is 250K a month problems. The problems never stop. You just get better at handling them. So age is not an issue. Now, if you're a little bit older, maybe you're saying, this is past me. I don't understand this AI stuff. I don't really understand how to be technically proficient. I don't really have any of those skills. I understand and feel you. Believe me, I am not the most technically proficient dude. If you watch these live streams, I am sometimes struggling with just having basic commands and tabs and shifting and zooming. Like, guys, you don't need to be an expert. All you need to know is how to follow a blueprint. All you need to know is how do I understand other people, understand how to write to them, the copywriting, the market psychology, the persuasion. And again, these are all skills that anyone at any age can learn. In fact, you're probably a little bit better off if you are smarter and you have more life experience to be able to relate to people and use that in your marketing, which is the only thing that matters in this game. The product is not your advantage. It's how you present it. It's how you market it. And a lot of times if you lived a longer life, you have more psychology, you understand these principles, so you'll be able to use that in your marketing. So age is not an excuse. I have a lot of students that are 40, 50, 60 years old even, that barely know how to use a computer, but what they do know is how to use tools after they learn a simple tutorial, which doesn't require you to be an expert. You don't need to be some AI coder Mark Zuckerberg out here. You just need to know, okay, how do I do these filters? Where do I look? What do I search to be able to find the right audience? What AI prompts that I just need to copy and paste, use very simple tools to be able to have the right ad scripts, the right product descriptions, and the right product images all in the same order. This is a science that doesn't require you to be an expert or a genius by any means. And that leads me to one of the next things I hear all the time. Ethan, I'm not smart enough. I can't figure it out. This business stuff is just too hard. Successful people are just more intelligent or smarter than me. They may be luckier than me. I'm just not good at this business stuff. Which again, nobody is when they first start. I was not an expert. It took me about 15 months before I ever had any success because I had no blueprint. I didn't know what I didn't know because you're not going to know what you don't know when you haven't done this before. There's just little things that you have to be comfortable with failure. You have to be comfortable with being shit. And that's with just anything that you want to get good at. You have to be okay with that there's going to be a stage in which you suck. You have to embrace the suck. And if that's not something you're comfortable with, then don't get started. Don't even try do anything new. Just keep doing what you're already doing in your life. Keep doing the same hobbies. Just don't grow at all as a person. And what's the point of that? There is none. And what I actually see a lot too is that usually the smart people, when they apply themselves to the dropshipping niche, don't see a lot of success because they tend to be the ones that procrastinate, that overthink, that are perfectionists. They analyze, they research, they plan, they watch all these courses. Look at me, I know so much, but they don't do anything. Meanwhile, the dumb person watches a video like this. They immediately take action on it and they see results. Because the only way you're going to see results is through speed, through urgency, and urgency is directly tied to your hunger. If you are hungry, if you truly want to change your life, then you are going to move fast. You are right now disgusted with where you're at and you will do anything to move the needle forward. So when I hear the whole, I need to be so more like intelligent, it doesn't make any sense because usually it's the dumber people that make more money in this game because they don't overthink. They realize, all right, this is a reps game. I'm going to then optimize for putting in as many reps as I can at the highest quality level and focusing on the quantity of reps over quality. Because naturally, as you put in more quantity reps and you get feedback and you iterate and you improve after every product test, after every ad you test, after every website you make, then naturally the quality is going to improve too. They're directly correlated. But focusing on quantity first is usually the better play, and not being a perfectionist. I would rather you guys test 2 products and do it to 75% of your ability every single week than 1 product every 2 weeks at 100% of your ability. I want you to focus on the reps. And naturally, when you get good at it, then you can dial back the amount of products you test because you know you can make every single product a winner. But focus on the reps first. Now, another very common and limiting belief is going to be, Ethan, I don't have the money. I don't have the budget. How much do I need to get started? I mean, I get that question at least 25,000 times a live stream. You really only need a few $1,000s. That is it. For Shopify, it's going to be about $100 to $150 a month with all the apps and subscriptions that really make things running. For product research tools, if you join my school community, we give you access to all the ones that we personally use. Or you can just use a tool suite that's $30 a month to get access to all of them. It's about $200 a month for software. Then the rest is just your ad costs. Now, if you're making your ads yourself, then it's free. And then from there, you're testing products. Usually you're going to spend $100, maybe $200 to test each product. So if you do it that way, typically the average beginner, it takes about 15 to 20 products to get your first. So if we, let's say, spend $200 times 15 products, that's $3,000. And if we do that over the course of, let's say, 3 months, then it's about $4,000. And that's usually what I recommend. Have at least $3,000 to $5,000 to $6,000 when you get started. And that is an amount of money that anyone can save with the right initiative, with the right intention. I know for me, when I first started this game, I had about $3,000 and I burned through all of it. So what did I do? I didn't say, well, that's it. This is just not for me. No, I went back. I got my old job bagging fucking groceries at Publix. Now, I was 16 years old, so it didn't really hit my ego too much. But I saved some money over the course of months and months and months. And yes, I had the liberty and I had the nice, comfortable home where I didn't have to pay for rent, which is, yeah, it definitely is an advantage. But I was able to save a few grand and I invested into the right mentor. And then I took the rest of my budget and tested products the right way. Because the way I was testing products, if I just kept doing this again without having any mentorship, without having anyone actually guide me on what I was doing right and what I was doing wrong, then yeah, I would have saved another $3,000 and then just wasted it again. So you also have to be self-aware that if you have tested some products, if you have spent a few grand and it's just not working yet, then fundamentally there is something wrong with what you're doing. Either you're just not executing the strategy that does work at the level that it needs to be, which in that case, you most likely need feedback from someone who can execute said strategy, or you might need an all new strategy together. Something that is a bit more proven, that has the track record behind it. Not just that the person who's teaching it was able to make success, but also the people that learned it as well. But this is a game where if you think budget is what's limiting you, it shouldn't be, because compared to any other business, guys, if you want to start a traditional e-commerce business, for me, I just started a golf clothing brand. It cost me $30,000 just to make my first few products, because there is prototypes, there's paying a creative designer, there's paying your supplier, it's sourcing different materials, doing all these things. There's marketing, building the website. $30,000 before you even get a single sale. You can start a dropshipping store up tomorrow for $100. There is no other business model that is so lean, where it is routine. It is not out of the ordinary for people to take a few $1,000s and turn it into $50,000, $100,000, $1 million regularly. You're not going to get those returns in real estate, in crypto, and forex, all this bullshit. But in dropshipping, it's normal. It's as lean as you can get because you don't have your money tied to inventory costs. You don't have your money tied to all these other things. You can just see a product, test it, and okay, if it doesn't work, okay, I lost $100, $200. Any other business model, you test a product and it doesn't work, you are losing $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. So budget should not be the issue. If you cannot afford to start a dropshipping store, then you cannot afford to start any business in general, because this is by far one of the most lean ones. Now, getting into our initial lesson of this, which is mainly the motivation, knowing that there will become a time where you will no longer be here on this earth, which is by far the thing that I think should motivate you more than anything else. Because for me, it's not money, it's not freedom, it's not even really success that when I wake up, I'm like, okay, that's why I'm doing my work. It's knowing that I want to provide for the generation upon generation upon generation. And maybe for you, that's not even something you really think about or care about. But I think you should have some altruistic goals, something that's a bigger purpose for you to be consistent. Because for a lot of us, we don't have enough self-respect to just say, well, this would be good for me if I took the right actions. A lot of us are kind of masochistic in that way. But when you tie your goals and your dreams and your ambitions to something that's a bit stronger, it's a bit more motivating and purposeful, like your family, maybe your children, maybe your parents, maybe your community, maybe your girlfriend, maybe your boyfriend, I don't know. And you're saying, I'm doing it for them. I'm doing it so I can provide for their future, so I can take care of them. A lot of times that can be the thing that motivates you far more than just your own selfish materialistic goals of buying the supercar and the house and having the gold digging Latina who calls you Papacito, or buying the poppy steaks whenever you want. So there's a lot of different tactics, but for me, I really do like the fact that I need to provide before I die. That any day now, it could be, and I think about this all the time, where like the last 5 years of my life, from 19 to 24, it just flashed by. I wish I could snap my fingers. Unfortunately, I can't. I'm kind of retarded in that way. But genuinely, when I think back on like, okay, when I was 19 years old, what was I doing? I can maybe remember one or two events. Same thing when I was 20. Same thing when I was 21. But those years, man, they go by so quickly. It's just a blur. And I feel like it's getting faster every year. I mean, even 2025, I can remember maybe 3 or 4 things that I really did. And then, poof, year was gone. That was it. You have no idea. The next 5 years, guys, I think will feel even shorter. You will be, in my case, I'll be nearly 30. Oh my God. An unk. Then the next 10. Then the next 20. And you guys are talking about retiring at 65. Guys, 65 is right around the corner for a lot of you. Even for me. It isn't that much time. And by that time, you're basically dead. So really to think about it, imagine that you were in your deathbed. You're 80 years old. You're lying there. You're about to die. And in that deathbed, all you have are regrets. Regrets that I didn't start that business because I was too scared, that I was making bullshit excuses at the time. I was regretting just wasting so much of my life on social media instead of actually just building something meaningful. I regret not taking more risks. I regret wasting my time. And I know for me, I regret those years when I was a teenager, just spending so much time playing video games, watching movies, doing all this bullshit when I could have actually been making memories, when I could have actually been building my future a little bit earlier. Sure, I started at 16, but even I feel like, God, I wish I started even earlier. Because what was I doing with those years? And for a lot of you guys, you're in your 20s, you're in your 30s, you're in your 40s, and you're still making that mistake. Where if you ask yourself, man, what was I doing 2-3 years ago? Why the fuck was I doing those things? Because those years go by so quickly. And the reason why you are not in the financial situation you want to be in right now is because of the culmination of the past actions that you've already taken up to this point. Everything, success is a lagging indicator. If you don't put in the work, you're not going to get the fancy things. You're not going to get the desired results. You plant the seed today, and then in a few months to a few years, you get the crops. You harvest them. You reap the rewards. So for a lot of you, I want you to have that feeling in your chest right now, that feeling of regret, that feeling that I am not living up to my potential because, fuck, it is the worst feeling in the world. It really is. That feeling that I have my shot. I have my time. There is this opportunity right now with AI branded dropshipping where I can make fortunes. I can make millions of dollars. And there is countless examples of 15-year-olds, 50 years old, dummies, smart people. Doesn't matter. All types and creeds and ethnicities and genders of people are making a ton of money, life-changing money with this opportunity, and it will not exist forever. This opportunity will go away. Could be in a year from now. It could be in 2 years. It could be from 5 years. I don't know. But it will not be around forever. It will adopt, it will change, and business will become an even harder obstacle. It will have a higher barrier to entry, but right now with the right prompts, with the right work ethic, with the right skills that you develop with reps, you can make it work now. That window, that door is still open, but it's going to close on you. And if you don't move with urgency, if you don't move with intent, I can guarantee on your deathbed you will have the regret that you didn't. So, for you guys, I do have a little bit of homework for you. And that is just realizing that what is the thing that I can do today to change my life, because a lot of times there's, that butterfly effect, that if a butterfly flaps its wings in Brazil, it causes a typhoon in Japan. But it is true. Small actions that you decide to take today, planting that seed, can have massive consequences in your future. So what are the things that'll get you on that right path? Is it deleting Instagram? Is it deleting TikTok? Is it getting rid of your PS5? Is it getting rid of the dating apps? Is it getting rid of drinking, of partying, of gambling, of watching sports, of watching bullshit reality TV shows like Love Island or celebrity gossip? Whatever it is, what can you do because of that butterfly effect to get you one step closer? What is that one decision that we can make, which will create more action, give you more time to focus on things that actually move the needle for you, to help you create this new life, this new version of yourself that you need to embody if you want to become successful? Again, like I said, the strategies and the tactics are great. I will teach you that. But it's not everything. You need to become the person. And when I think about any business model, it's not usually the business model that makes someone successful, because all the business models work. It's who is the person that is doing the business model. Because there are certain people that will start any business and they're always successful every single time. Everything they touch, they have a Midas touch, turns into gold. And there are some people that'll try every business model and none of them works. Is that an indication or indictment on the business model? No, it's you. This is why I'm so hyper focused on drilling this into you. You have to cut the limiting beliefs. You have to cut the bullshit excuses that you're telling yourself that keeps you small, that keeps you in your bubble, that keeps you in your cage, because they don't exist. It's all bullshit. And you have to realize it can just be one change and then another change next week. And it compounds over time to you're eventually just a completely new person, someone who actually is worthy of success. So I'd ask yourself, before we get into some more tactical advice, if you were to die tonight and you were just looking back at your last year, your last few months, would you be proud of how you actually spent those hours? Would you have any regret? Would you say, damn, I really wasted that. I was not building my future? And be brutally honest with yourself, because you are running out of time. You are not going to be around forever. And every day you don't act, you are just one step closer to that deathbed full of regrets. So I'm going to give you everything you need in this challenge so that in the next month, 3 months, 6 months, a year, you are a completely new person. You have changed your life so that you can fly down to Miami and buy me a steak at Poppy Steak for $1,000. And we can be on that yacht together, my brother from another mother. But you need to destroy your excuses and have urgency, because this is your life. This is it. This is all you got. You got one shot, my friend. There is no reset button. There is no do-over or second life. So it's on you. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Beautiful. All right, guys, let's get into some email and SMS. How are we doing? How we doing? How we doing? You know how it is. Always got to start with some mindset. Did you get a little tingle? Did we get a little goosebumps? I kind of was looking off at my script a lot. I'm not going to lie. But anyways, what I want to cover as we start, we are going to do some email and SMS stuff. And then we're going to get into some market research. So, who's ready? Let me get some ones. Let me get some ones in the chat. Get some ones. Ash said, are you actually live? Yes, I am always live. Every time I do the mindset video, everyone's like, this is pre-recorded. What the hell? I don't understand. No, it's all live, guys. Everything's live. Love from Bangladesh. I appreciate it. Love you guys too. That was deep, bro. So fucking deep. Balls deep. All right, so we're getting some ones. Beautiful. Let's get into it. All right, so agenda, as we mentioned, email and SMS. So we're going to do a quick little intro for that video, and then we're just going to get right into it. I have my OmniSend loaded up. I'll share my screen, and we'll get cooking, boys. Let's have a good day. Let's have a good Monday. All right. What is this, day 8 or day 9 for an email and SMS video? Give me one sec, boys. Live stream schedule. I just need to pull that up. Oh boy, oh boy. schedule. I believe it's day 9 that I have this is the video for. Day 9. Yes, it's day 9. Okay, beautiful. Let me get my recording on for that. Oops. Okay. All right, so we're going to do a quick little intro, and then we'll just get right into setting some email and SMS flows. How's that sound, people? Beautiful. All right. All right, Kidden, welcome to day 9 of our challenge. And if there is one thing that is an absolute bare minimum that you need to have set up on your store, it is having your email and SMS flows, because if you have this set up properly, like the way we're going to talk about in this video, it will help you recover about 20% of the people that abandon a cart. And typically for most e-commerce brands, 30% of the revenue will come from email and SMS. And this is something that when you set it up once, it takes a few minutes. This will make you thousands every single month. So there's no reason why before you launch your first product, you don't have this already in the back end, just making you sales on autopilot. So let's get right into it. It'll be super simple. So as you can see here on my screen, we have an automation. Now this is with OmniSend. So create a new account, make sure you have your logo, make sure you have your settings, blah, 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 blah. Now, just want to make sure we're sharing screen. Okay, beautiful. So I'm going to create a new little tab. I apologize. I have so many fucking tabs open. So what we're going to do is create a new workflow. So from here, let's click on abandon cart. Now, typically when it comes to the workflow, how it's going to work, yes, someone adds item to cart, but they do not place an order. And if they do, then they exit said workflow. So that's beautiful. Now, when it comes to the delay, I usually like to delay the first email about 5 to 10 minutes. And this is something you can actually split test. So as you can see right here, they have a split tag where you can have your email send after 5 minutes versus 10 minutes. And then you can see, how does that perform with your open rate, with the amount of people that actually place a purchase? So I always personally like to do split tests. So as you can see here, we'll just do our trigger filters. Always like to do split tests. We'll just do split tests. Content materials will split. Yes. Let me just see how I have it set up over here. Oh, my bad. My bad. It's actually the A/B testing. I don't know why. It's such a similar name, so. All right, let's do that again. My mistake. My bad. Why the fuck is it labeled? It's basically labeled the same. It's literally A/B test and split is like the same shit. All right, so inside of our workflow, this is going to be for everyone that adds to cart but does not place an order. Now, the first thing I like to do is always A/B test. And you know me, I am the A/B testing aficionado. So essentially, the first test I like to do is a delay in how much time that first email is delayed before sending. So you can delay it by 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I typically like to do a split test of sending out that first email after 5 minutes versus 10 just to see how that actually impacts things. So we can just do that real quick. So got that. Beautiful. Now, as you can see, wait for 5 minutes, wait for 10 minutes, and then it'll send that first email. So we got the exact flow. Now, in terms of designing our first email, I like to keep things very simple. You can do a subject line split test. You can do all this, but I'm going to give you the exact text. This will be inside my school community, which is completely free to join. All you got to do is just copy it, do it exactly how it's done, and these are already proven to work for me. So let's actually just grab that first one, which is this one right here. And then our pre-header is that. So our subject line is, hey, Ethan, did you forget something? So you can do these little placeholders that'll automatically populate the customer's details, which is awesome. And then for our pre-header, there are items in your cart that can sell out fast, having that urgency. Now, for sender name, I usually like to do an actual name so that it just seems a bit more personal than saying it's from a brand, because usually for most people, they'll open it if it's from a person. And then usually you can do a line like this right here, and then the name of our brand. So in this case, it is Mivra. And now let's actually go into editing our content. So you just update that real quick. You want to save your changes? Yes, I want to save my changes. Okay. So how did we design this first email here? And we can see my screen, right? Beautiful. Awesome. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is obviously add our logo here. So let's replace that and upload our new one. Make it nice and big. How do we make the size here? We just need to make sure it's. All right, so we're going to make it just a tad bigger, and then we can center align it like that. That is nice and pretty. And then typically the first thing I like to do is just have a big, bold headline. So as you can see in our example, it is literally just you left something behind. Here's the product image, and that's it. So we limit the distractions. You don't need to do more than this. So don't get too fancy with it. So we're going to do you left something behind. And if you're wondering, here's all the text. So the font is Arial. It's 36 pixels. Nothing too crazy there. And this just automatically populates, so we're going to drag it. Let's see here. So we'll just get rid of this text right here. We'll get rid of that button. Also don't really need this accordion line as well. So let's just get rid of any of that spacing. Now, when it comes to this section, this is the abandoned product section. So we can actually see how many products to show. So I only need one. I like to keep it nice and big, and that's typically going to be what happens where just someone is going to go to a main hero product for me. Now, if obviously you have a brand, you're selling multiple products, then don't do it that way. But for most of you guys, if you're doing it my way, yeah, you're going to have one product. Okay, cool. So we got that, and then we'll have the finish order button. Then we got this button down here, so we are going to, real quick, can we make sure that works? Yeah. Let's go to add elements. We're going to drag a button. Why is this not working? Oh, is it because I'm previewing? Let me just see real quick. It's lagging a little bit. Lagging a little bit. I don't know why it's not letting me drag. That's a because I know that this would. Am I dumb? Why is Omnisend is glitching out for me? All right, whatever. Let's see here. If we go to, we could just try to put a button underneath. Can I then move this section up? Okay, so it has that. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm stupid. I know what's going on now. My bad. Okay, so we'll just do it this way. We'll do it that way. So let me see just what the padding looks like. Now for the rest of this section, I don't really want the product name or description. So what you have to do is go specifically to product details, and we will get rid of specifically title, description, and then we can make that shop now button just a bit bigger. So we'll keep it. Do we have price? We'll get rid of price too. See, product display looks good. Mobile stacking looks good. Padding, colors. Okay, looks fine. Actually, let me do that part one more time. I think I just get rid of everything and then I place a button underneath. Yeah. All right, so now looking at all these little text details. So I personally don't like to have this. So this is in the product details section on the right side of our screen here. So we're going to get rid of all of that. The only thing we need to keep is actually the image. Now, from here, let's get rid of description. We are going to add an element. This is going to be a button that we drag down right underneath. Why can't, bro, it doesn't need to be in that section. This app is being so stupid right now. Okay, so if I click up, that is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Okay, we might have to add like a layout, one column. Can you let me drag down? That would be helpful. Guess we'll have to do it this way. And then we can add our button, which is being a pain in the ass. Okay, whatever. Button. There she is. Who knew it would be that difficult just to drag a fucking button? Oh, I put it on the same thing. So I had this button. Oh, shit. We had a button there. Can you do it that way? If that's the case, I might have to refilm that part. Can you have the button part edited? Button, abandoned products. Fill in the cart. Because, yeah, it's in the abandoned products section. I apologize, guys. This is, I'm still... Oh, shit. We can just do it that way. I'm so stupid. I can end it that way. Okay. My bad. My bad, guys. My bad. This is why, I usually do these tutorials once, and then I always forget everything. So, like, you know, Alzheimer's. All right, so we'll just do that part one more final time for the sake of the tutorial, just to make it all nice and pretty. All right, so from this section, we're going to go to the right on product details. We're going to get rid of price. We're going to get rid of title. We're going to get rid of description. And then hovering on the button, I usually like to make this full width. So we're going to do alignment like that. And then when it comes to shop now, so this is going to be, yes, our abandoned products will be the ones that specifically get added. And then let's make sure we make this full width. I believe full width would be... How do we get the settings over here? Give me one sec. Finish order is also, yes, how I like to do the wording. 12 by 12 by 12. Border style. 16 padding. Yeah, we've got 16 padding. We got full width. Shape. More of like a... I like my rounded quarters. But for the sake of the tutorial, we're going to need it that way. How do I make this full width? I think we got the... So we need a width. Why is this so... Fucking stupid. It's so stupid, bro. Okay, so finish order. Bit of products. Let me see. Is there... Okay, yeah, so we're on the button. Custom style. You know, I probably should have did this before I started filming as like a reminder. Yeah, that probably would have been smart. Ugh, this is being a pain in the butt. There's like no option. I don't see an option. there's gotta be like a full width thing. It's not gonna be the text size that does it. Yeah, it's a link to layout. Where the fuck is it? I guess we're going to find out together, gang. We'll find it out. We'll find it out. We'll find it out. My God. Oh, full. Fuck. I'm stupid. That's not even alignment. That's not alignment. That's like, you know what? Whatever. It's such a stupid way of wording it. All right, so we're going to make this button full width just like that, nice and pretty. And then usually I like to also drop in some text. So just a little bit where we're explaining what our brand is and just a few things about how there's going to be urgency that they need to order today. Actually, let me see just real quick how we did this. So we had a layout. We'll do that one more time. All right, so let's drop a layout right below our finished order, and we're going to drop some text underneath that. And this is just going to have some urgency. So I'll move this over. Again, this will be inside of my school community. Very simple. We have placeholders as well. So let's just add that. Nice and easy. And then same thing here. We have that button, which just completes the order. So let's go ahead. Add an element. We're going to drop it down below here as a button. Same thing. We'll make it full width. And did I do finish order? Did I do shop now? We did complete your order. Nice. I like that. So we'll grab that, paste it, and then you need to make sure you do have the link. So there's a specific link here, and it's just the same code for everybody. So this will be inside our document, but it's the abandoned checkout URL one. Yep. Beautiful. And then same thing. We'll have the best wishes. Do this one more time, drop in one more column, we'll add some more text here, and then we just have our nice little footer just saying best wishes. It's nice to have a name. Usually I actually do a woman's name because it tends to get a higher open rate, by the way, so we'll probably do something that's like a hot girl name. Do like Madison Beer. That'll definitely work. Do Madison B. Okay, we'll make sure that sizing needs to be a little bit bigger. I believe it's 16, 17. Okay, 17. And then when it comes to the footer, I don't really have any social media icons. That's not necessary because, again, the only thing we want people to do is press the giant black button. That is it. Okay, cool. That is first one. That's all we need. Cool. Let's set up the second one. Oh yeah, second thing is the SMS as well. Did we do the same SMS twice? Yes, we did. It was just different times. Okay, makes sense. Now, the other thing I like to do is make sure that we also have an SMS going out as well. So from here, make sure it's the name of your brand. And then for the actual text message, just copy and paste this. So in this case, hey, Ethan, we notice you'll have something in your cart. No worries, you can finish your order. And then, of course, in our follow-up emails after this and SMSs, we're going to give a discount code to really try to push people across the line if that was their specific objection. Awesome. So we got that. Let me just make sure we're still sharing screen. Cool, cool, cool. Beautiful. Then we'll wait. So we'll wait a few hours. So in terms of wait time for our next email and SMS, we're going to do 3 hours. That's just typically what works best for me. And then when it comes to our subject line, this is going to be our second email about giving them that discount code. So we're going to do, yes, take 15% off your order. It's up to you. And we'll talk about how you can actually set up this discount code. You can do it automatically inside of OmniSend, or you can just do it in Shopify. I usually do it inside of Shopify. So all you have to do to make your own custom discount code, go to your brand right here. And then we need to do, I believe it's, go to discounts, and then we would click create a discount. And then typically this can be amount off product. So we'll just do something like save 15, or your brand 15 is usually the most common one. So we'll do Mivra 15 percentage off. We'll do 15%. And this will be on a specific product, or you can just do all products, completely up to you. You just make sure to choose them, click on save, you get the go. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so we got our sender name looking good. Let's go to edit content. And honestly, it's going to be very similar to our first email, but we're going to add that discount code to really, really make it convert. So, yeah, honestly, that line we can cut. We'll just, wasn't the best. I think this is a different template too that I like. Yeah, there's a different one email that I like. So we'll go into that one. Edit content, no discard. Yes, OmniSend, I would. So we are going to need a different template from what I remember. All right, so now we got our name here. Now, when it comes to the content, I do specifically like to do a different template style. So if we go to edit content, there should be an option if you go here to change templates. And as we do that, I did save a specific one here. So as you can see, there's a discount email. If you go to the templates though, and you go to offer a discount, it's this one right here. So it's the second one. So we'll use that template. And as you can see, it's just, is this exactly what we did? Yeah, last chance to get 50% off. So you can either do last chance to get 15% off. You can do here's 15% off. It's completely up to you, but just have a big, bold headline. Super simple. Obviously, we had to change out that logo because Valori, I don't know anything about this Valori brand. So we got that nice and big in the middle. Beautiful. Now, it does give you the option to automatically generate your own discount code, or again, you can just put the custom code you already made in Shopify right there. Beautiful. Redeem discount expires on blah, 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 blah. Yep. And you can scroll down on the right side to expiry, and you can actually have it expire in one day. So this is where it's actually a bit more better. Actually, let me do it one more time. So as you can see here, value type, we'll do a 15% discount. In this case, we'll actually do an automatic one because you can do an expiry date where, yes, that discount will expire after a day. So there actually is real urgency, which I absolutely love. So let's go ahead and do it that way. Beautiful. My one thing is that I don't know if I can... I just want to make sure, am I sharing the right side of my screen properly? Because I don't know if I am. Is everything, I just want to make sure. Half the black screen, half the black screen. Fuck, really? I apologize, guys. My bad. All right. Fuck, you know, we had to do it yesterday where we had to do it again. All right. Why is half a black screen? I don't understand that. Oh, it's because of that. That's stupid. All right, let me just get rid of this then. Bro, it is so easy to fuck up these live streams. It's crazy to me. Well, we're learning as we go. Let me just drag this to the right because we're going to need the right side of my screen anyways. All right, so then if that's the case for this video, we might have to refilm it all over again. The fucking usual. God damn it. That's so annoying. Fuck. All right, whatever. Let's we'll rapid fire it because it's really we just have to set up 3 emails and everything. And now that I've gotten a chance to actually do it, it's gonna be much quicker. All right, whatever. Let's get into it. Let's do it again. Okay, so so real quick, can everyone see my screen now properly? It should be a little bit better. On vertical, it's gonna be a mess. Yeah, I know. So let me just see real quick. Prism lens. What the fuck is the prism lens doing? I apologize for my language. Oh. Let me just fix the stream on vertical real quick. I apologize, guys. Things don't like to cooperate. Things do not like to cooperate. Who's live streaming is not easy, by the way. It is actually really difficult to like get everything to just click. Surprisingly difficult. Okay. So I need you to be there. We'll make you nice and big. Okay. All right. That should work for the vertical version. Okay. On YouTube, how we doing? I just want to make sure. Are we good? I should have did a check beforehand. Fuck me. I thought I fixed all the mistakes. What happened yesterday? It was something where oh, I wasn't even sharing my screen. That was the problem. Yeah. Bruh. So annoying. So annoying. All right, whatever. I'll do it again. Let me get my voice fixed. So this would be day 9. All right, day 9. Email and SMS. Let's do it. We'll have to go back. We'll have to go back. It's just like everything, it's so easy to fuck it up. Like one thing is a little bit off and you're screwed. And you're fucked. Okay, real quick. Let's go back to regular face cam because we have to do that for the intro part anyways. We'll film the intro, rapid fire do this email and SMS stuff, and we actually get to the good juicy stuff, which is the market research. Okay. All right, let's do it. Welcome to day 9, Pookie, of our 0 to 100K challenge. And if there is one thing that people one more time. Welcome to day 9 of the, Jesus Christ, I can't even speak. Welcome to day 9 of the 0 to 100K challenge, Pookie. Today, we're going to talk about something that is very overlooked and honestly underrated when you're running your dropshipping store, which is having your email and SMS flow set up. Now, we're not going to have all of it done, but when you have this one flow set up, it will easily make you $1,000 every single month when you are starting to scale your store. And it's just a no-brainer to have because even when you're testing products, this is going to recoup so much of that ad spend money because it's going to recover typically about 20 to 25% of your add to carts that abandon. So for most e-commerce brands that really have this dialed in, this is about 30% of the revenue. So it is a non-negotiable that before you launch your first product, you have this set up because once you set it up, it's just set it and forget it. It works on autopilot and it'll be making you thousands on autopilot in your sleep. I know. I'm kind of repeating stuff, but anyways, let's get right into it. So sharing my screen here, we're going to be using OmniSend and we're going to be setting up an abandoned checkout flow. So all you have to do, hop onto automations. We're going to click on create workflow. And specifically go to abandon cart. So the filters are going to be that anyone that adds to cart that does not place an order will be entered into this workflow. And typically the first thing that I like to do is a quick little A/B test. So for this A/B test, it's usually based on the delay. So the first email, it can either go out after 10 minutes, 5 minutes, it's completely up to you. I usually like to do a split test between 5 minutes and 10 minutes. And then our first SMS and email will both be sent out directly to our customer. So let's just see real quick. With our first email, we're going to customize the subject line and header. And the great part about this video is that I will be giving you all of the email, text, everything. You can just copy and paste it inside my school community, which is completely free to join for your first week. So go ahead, join that, copy this, and then you're good to go. This will be making you money while You sleeping. Okay, beautiful. So can we see my screen? Are we good? We trip? Am I tripping? Just want to make sure. Let me make sure. Are we live on the live version? Yes. Okay, cool. Awesome. Do not want to have to film this a third time, which sometimes does happen. Okay, so for our subject line, we are going to do hey, and then this placeholder text, which is contact first name. So this is usually how you have to format certain things to have your actual customer's name appear. So do contact first name. For the pre-header, we're going to copy and paste. There are items in your cart that can sell out fast. Just have a little bit of urgency, and this is the default one, which I love. And then for sender's name, I usually like to have an actual person's name because when you just have a brand, typically the open rates on that email are going to be a bit lower and usually trigger spam filters a bit more. So I just recommend do your name, do a woman's name. Usually a woman's name is going to get a higher open rate. That's a little hack for you. So we'll do Madison and then the name of your brand. So in this case, it is Mivra. Beautiful. So from here, we will save and then start editing our content. Now, when I make my emails, guys, I keep it incredibly bare bones. I just want it to be that you read the headline, you see the image, and then you click onto my product page. That's all I want people to do. There's nothing else. So I don't have too much text here, as you can see in this template. So all you have to do to create something like this is we're going to copy over this text. And as you can see in this template, paste it. Keep it the exact same font, so it's Arial, 36 pixels. We don't have any of this text underneath, so we're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna get rid of the complete your order. We're gonna get rid of this line right here. Now, for this section, this is our abandoned cart section. So for this, I just have one product showing. One big old bold image. It is hard to miss it. And then when we go scroll down to product details, I'm getting rid of price. I'm getting rid of title. I'm getting rid of description. But we are going to keep that button because obviously that's going to be what they click as well to be able to go back to our product page. So we're going to make this full for the button alignment. And then for the text, I will do finish your order or complete your order. It's completely up to you. Both of those work. And that first section is looking nice and tidy. Now from here, all we got to do is add another element. One column, and this is where we're going to drop in our text. So again, just copy and paste this. This is in my school community, guys. It is completely free. There's no excuses, as we talked about in our previous mindset video. So let's just paste that real quick. Beautiful. And we're going to do one more thing where we're going to have a button underneath because I want to have multiple call to actions. I want it to be the only thing that someone does on my website. Now, from here on this email, we do need to grab this link text. So this is just the abandoned checkout URL. So this is going to be pretty much cut and dry for all of you guys. It's going to be the same URL. It's just automatically is going to populate based on what it is. So we have that. And then from here, add elements, layout, one column, beautiful. And then we're going to drop in our text of just the footer saying, hey, contact us, best wishes. Now, again, like I said, way better if you do a female name because you're going to get more open rates. If you do female name, cut out female name, because you're gonna get a lot more opens from horny. You're gonna get a lot more opens from horny dudes. So you can do something like, I don't know, Madison Beer. I mean, that'll definitely get you a lot of response. So you can either do that. We'll just do Madison B for now. We'll do that, and then we'll just increase the size to 17. Okay, because I'm paranoid. You guys can see my screen, right? Thank God. I was gonna lose my shit. Then down here in the footer, I do not want people to be scrolling on TikTok and doing some gooning. So keep it simple, distraction free. The only thing you either do is click onto my product page or you die. So now that we got our first one set up, let's get our SMS dragged on here. Super easy as well because we are going to be bombarding these people. We don't want to have any excuse as to why they are abandoning cart and not getting actually harassed. I want them to call the police because they're saying, Ethan, call the police. What can I call the police? And filing a restraining order against my business of Mivra. So we have this SMS, again, just copy and paste and you're going to be good to go. Now, when it comes to this, there are going to be certain settings we talk about to actually make sure this sends properly. So we'll cover that a little bit later, but for now, let's just get these templates set up. So for our next email, we are going to do wait 3 hours. Click on update. Now, this is where we're going to be adding a discount code because a big reason why people might be abandoning cart is just because simply they think your product's a little bit too expensive. So we are going to just dismantle that objection, melt it away by giving them a discount code. And inside of OmniSend, they automatically generate a discount code that will expire. So it has that urgency as well. So when we do this, let's just make sure we update the subject line with the correct one from our templates. So we'll do Madison Mivra. Bada bing, bada boom, take 15% off your order today. Looking good. We'll click on save. Now, for this one, we are going to change out the template because there's a really solid one that makes a super handy dandy. So going on over to change template in the top right, go to templates, then just do offer discount, and it's the second one right here. Super simple. Now, I do have it already saved, so just for the sake of efficiency, we'll have it here. But for the headline, I keep it simple. It's either here's 15% off or there's some sort of urgency like get 15% off today. We'll cut there. But the big thing that I love with this is that in the discount section, we can do 15% since that's what we're going to do. I would either do 15, 20% at the max, depending on your margins. And then as you can see, expiry, this will expire in a day from now after they receive the email, and they're going to automatically generate this discount code. So I just keep it the way it is. We have our product image down below. Let me just make sure. Just want to see if we have that exactly the way. Yeah, let's edit this one. Actually, no, that's perfect. Let's add our Madison Beer Incognito. Let's add our Madison Beer Incognito text at the bottom. But this is the text I have. Again, just copy and paste it. You already saw how to do it, where you just add a specific layout and then you add the text and the button as well. So we're not doing anything new here, but that's all you need to have for the first 2 emails. Beautiful. Beautiful. I need to change this to black text. I gotta make it black. Why don't we have the option to make it black, Batman? No, 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 no. You wanna know how I got these scars, Batman? I don't know, Joker. Where is she? Oh, Batman, you silly gooning bat. She's been right under you this entire time. Lot 25 at the local cemetery. I would get there before she runs out of air, if you know what I'm saying. You monster, Joker. No, monster. I'm not a monster. I'm just ahead of the curve. All right, we need to add SMS. All right, let's add this one. So now we got our email set up, same process, drop in the SMS there so we can absolutely harass our potential future customers. And we got, here's a little sweetener, use code SM15. Now, this is a custom code. So in order to actually have that, make sure you go to Shopify, go to your discount section like this, create a new discount, amount off products, and then whatever the name is. So we'll just do SM15 and percentage is going to be 15% off. And then you can choose the specific product. Typically, I just do collection, and I have a collection with all my products, so it appeals. And then we click on save, and we're good to go. Beautiful. It is so beautiful. Wait for 12 hours, and then we have our final email. I don't really do any more SMSs after that. I mean, you could do this final. I don't even think we have. This is not the right flow. Oh, I'm stupid. No wonder why it was a template. I was like, why the fuck does it look like that? That's because this is the one we're actually editing. Okay. Now for our final email, I just like to have some urgency saying that. Now for the final email, I just like to have some urgency basically saying that, yes, the urgency of that discount code is legit. It is going to expire soon. So I send this typically 12 hours after the second email here. And as you can see, we're just going to have a simple headline, kind of follow the exact same format because that's just what typically works the best. So for this, last chance, do last chance. What was it? Get your product? item. The same process. Beautiful. Madison at Mivra. Madison's going to make me a lot of money. Call me Andrew Tate with the way I make money off these women. Edit content. Click on save. Beautiful. Gee Willikers. Holy crow. I do not want to save. Yes, I'm aware. I am willing to live with the consequences. Now, same process. We are going to change out that template to the one that we had originally for the second email. So let's just move that one on over. And then for this headline, we are going to just change it a little bit to last chance to get that 15% off. But we're going to have the exact same layout with the discount code than the product image. And then let's edit this text right here, because for that, we're going to say complete your order because your discount is about to expire. Then, of course, we have our call to action button. Super simple. Change out that name and la-di-da, gents. You got all the emails that will be working for you in the background and helping you recover so many of those abandoned carts. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. God, I love e-commerce. I mean, honestly, it just gives me a hard on when you have all these emails and SMSs working together. And I know what you're thinking. Jarvis, enhance on that man's penis. Is he telling the truth? And I am, because I'm serious. Guys, the amount of money you're going to make with this is nuts. Now, I do like to have one final SMS after this, just so we really sweeten that deal. And as you can see right here, very simple. It's basically the exact same kind of idea. Same idea to it. So what we're going to do, SMS, drop it down, and this is the flow that we need to have. So let's just add that the 15% off code is expiring in a few hours, and we got that direct link back. Now, even though we have this all set up, before you actually start sending out these emails, before the SMSs go, you do need to have a few things on the back end actually going on. So let's actually talk about that. Actually going on in the video. This delays at the end of your workflow and won't take effect. Oh my God. What are you talking about? This is the path. Pick path A, pick path B. Oh, yeah, so we just wouldn't have a split now. Okay, whatever. Just for the sake of things, it doesn't really matter. Okay. So we now actually have to kind of briefly talk about having your own professional email, and then. So let's get into a quick little Q&A. Hey, I remember M. Torman from yesterday. You guys saying I'm not showing my screen? Was I not showing my screen? It looks like I'm showing my screen here. Oh, fuck. I wasn't sharing my screen during that part. God damn it. I apologize. Fuck. When did it cut out? When did it cut out? My God. Fuck. God damn it. Ah! Live streaming is such a pain in the ass. It is such a pain in the ass. The whole time it wasn't showing? No, you're fucking with me. No, I can see it right here. We have it here. Which part? This was the last like 10 minutes. Guys, I apologize. I am fucking retarded. That's the hard part about this, because like I don't know. I can't see what actually the screen is. Yeah, I'm on. I appreciate it. I know. Fuck me, dude. Fuck me. I gotta have like my phone with the live stream just so I can see what's actually happening. I think that's gotta be like my thing now, because like I'm clearly too retarded to remember to switch screens. My God. Let me just go back. When was I? Okay, so it was on which email did we change it? Let me just figure this out, guys. Okay, wait 3 hours, yeah. Why did I switch it there? I don't even understand why I did. You know what? Honestly, guys, just for the sake of this fucking live stream, I'll record that video separately. I'll just record it separately. Because we need to move on. I've already recorded it 3 times. Like, this would be the 3rd time. I apologize. That's my mistake. It's just this. I'm a noob. I'm a fucking noob. You would think by the 3rd live stream I would have figured this shit out. Fuck. God damn it. God damn it. All right. I don't know. I really want to get it done though. That's the thing. I just want to get it. I want to get that tutorial done. I do. The screen cut when you were writing the 2nd email. Okay. I think that's also okay. So we can just pick it up from then the 2nd email and we'll be fine. Oh, let me just double check. Let me just double check on that. I think it also makes sense because just for the sake of the recording, because like I know on the live stream it looks fine, but like for the sake of recording, I probably should just also record my screen just because I know with the tutorial, like I'm kind of in the way. Yeah. Okay. We might have to do it one more final time, guys. I apologize. I apologize. That's kind of part of it. And plus, I have like, fuck, I only have an hour and a half before I have to like, I haven't eaten today and I have to go to the gym. We might have to push the market research part to tomorrow. Damn, that's going to suck. Or, I mean, it might just be like, okay, we see how much market research stuff we can get done in like 30 minutes. Okay, so let's do it that way. So, I apologize. I'm going to rapid fire it as much as I can. Thank you guys for bearing with me. And then we'll get into a little bit of market research. That'll be the game plan. Okay, let's do it that way. It's a pain in the butt, but it is what it is. Damn, that sucks. Third time having to record this shit. Okay, whatever. Power through. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. Got to do it. Let me just make sure my screen recorder is on. Beautiful. Okay, so email and SMS video. I'm not moving on. I can't because this is going to be also a YouTube video. So I apologize, guys. It is what it is. But in like 20 minutes, we'll be talking about the market research part. I cannot pick up from where I wrote the 2nd email because I also realized the screen record footage was a little fucked. So if you guys want it, you guys could literally click off and then in like 15 minutes come back. That's fine. But I know I have to like re-record it. I know, like it's a pain in the ass, but I have to. So that's what it is. I'm gonna do it right. Welcome to day 9 Pookie of the 0 to 100K challenge. Today we're gonna be talking about something that's a bit underrated that most people just don't think about. Even though once you set this up one time and it takes like 15 minutes, it's gonna make you thousands of dollars every single month when you start to scale on autopilot for a fraction of the cost that it actually is to have said app. And of course, what I'm talking about is your email and SMS flows, which really simply, when you have your abandoned checkout flows, this should help recover about 20% of those abandoned carts that actually happen on your store. And of course, it'll help you in general generate about 20 to 25% of your total revenue. So this is just a no-brainer. Before you launch, make sure you set this up. There's zero excuses. So let's hop onto our screen right here. As we can see, so with screen right here. So with the abandoned cart flow, that is the specific one we are going to choose today. And it's really simple that when we first set this up, you can do A/B testing on when that first email goes live. But all we really need to do is just set up 3 emails, 3 SMSs, and we're good to go. So copy this directly from our Skool community, which is blah, 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 blah. I'm like sweating bullets because I have to fucking film this shit so many times. But it is what it is. Am I sharing screen? There's like so many things that can go wrong when you live stream. It's actually crazy to me. I have to keep track of like 7 different things all at once. So I apologize. I'm all over the place. Okay. Let's get that in there. I don't know. I bet you guys haven't seen this before. Just, I have to like the same energy where it's like, oh yeah, this is novel. I haven't done this one. So make sure to copy these subject lines, these pre-headers as well directly from our Skool community, which is completely free to join for your first week. So just copy this, set it up, and then you're good to go. And when it comes to editing our first email here, there are specific templates I like, but the one that's native in this abandoned checkout flow is perfectly fine because all you really need, simple headline, simple product image, and you're going to be good to go. So let's go here. This would be, is this the right one? Where's the one that's actually done? Yeah, there she is. I apologize, guys. You guys are all troopers. I'm going to do a Q&A at the end of this. I will review your guys' websites just to make it up because I know, pain in the butt. I'm an idiot when it comes to live streaming. This is not at all my forte. I've been doing YouTube for 6 years. I've been live streaming for about 2 days. So yeah, there's going to be some learning curves and things I got to remember to do. I'm going to lose my voice. All right, anyways. So we're going to move over this headline. You left something behind. And specifically, I do the font Arial, 36 pixels. And then I don't like to have any text or this button underneath. But when it comes to our next section here, so let's get rid of that line, this abandoned checkout. What I personally like to do is have only one product showing up, have it nice and big. And when it comes to all of this text underneath, I don't really like to have it at all. So go to product details, get rid of price, get rid of title, get rid of description. The button we are indeed going to keep. So let's click on that. We're going to make it full width. We are going to click on complete your order as the text. And then usually from here, I like to add just a quick little layout section where you can add some text underneath, which has a little bit of some urgency to it as well. Okay, so we'll add that, which is this text right here. Let me get some music playing. I gotta make this. We're chilling. Bear with me, people. Bear with me. I'm like a virgin woman here. This is my first time giving head. Terrible analogy. I apologize for that. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. All right, so cool. We got our text there. Let's drop another button just to have it as well. We're gonna make that full width, and then we can do finish your order as the text. And then there's a specific URL code that you need to get. So this just basically makes sure that when someone does click on it, it does go strictly to your checkout page. So let's grab that. Cut it, checkout page. Actually, no, we can't. I don't think we can have music. We can't have music because like it's gonna show up in the record. Fuck. Okay, we're gonna do the button part one more time. All right, so let's drag this button right here, and then we are gonna do finish your order, and we are going to need to have a specific placeholder text, this abandoned checkout URL. So again, this will be inside our document inside of Skool. So you just copy that, you'll be good to go. Let's make it full width, and then yeah, I'm losing my voice. And then we're gonna do one column like that. And drop in our little footer text, which of course we got to do the woman because it's going to have a much higher open rate among the gooners. Okay, cool. Best wishes, SMB, beautiful. And then our footer, we don't have any social icons because again, the only purpose of these emails is you either click to buy my product or you die. Now, when it comes to the top here with our logo, let's just replace this with the one we already made the other day. Let's have that. We'll drag it and then center it. Doesn't need to be too big. So right there, first email is done. Cool, cool, cool. Let me just make sure we're sharing screen. I gotta check my phone because I'm like paranoid now all of a sudden. If I wasn't sharing my screen for that, I'm gonna actually like blow up a children's hospital. Okay, thank God. All right, let's go. So that was that one. All right, so now we're going to drop in our first SMS because we need to be harassing our customers and giving them no reason to ignore us. So for this, we're going to have an SMS going on. So very simple, just copy and paste this and click on update. So immediately after someone adds to cart and does not buy, they're going to be getting these emails, getting this SMS as well. Now for the next one, I do like to have some urgency and a discount code to handle the objection that people may have of, hey, maybe the product's a little bit too expensive. So I do like to give them their own code. So we'll do that. Rapid fire, guys. Rapid fire. You give me like 10 minutes. We'll do a Q&A after. Like you gotta bear with me, people. I know it's stupid that I have to do a million of these takes. It's just like it's so hard to, like, at least for me right now, to remember all the shit to do. Okay, subject line. We'll do that. Boy, oh boy. I mean, you guys should be experts at how to set up this email flow by now, though. I mean, three times to get it right. That's funny. Okay. All right, so for this next email, we're going to take 15% off your order. So for me, I do like to do a 15% off discount. So copy this for the subject line, for the pre-header as well. But when we get into editing our content, what we're going to actually do is change the initial template. So if you go here to the top right, click on change template like that, and then go to discount emails, and this will be the second one right here. I already do have my own saved template, so we're going to use that. But basically all we need, big headline, here's 15% off. Copy the exact codes that are typically the default settings, but we're going to do 15% for the discount value. And as we scroll on down the button, everything looks good here. Expiry looks perfect. So yes, after 1 day, it will expire. That is all we really need. And then this text right here, you just saw how to do it in the first email. So just add a specific layout, one column, change the text up, complete your order the same. The footer is the same as well. So do that. I mean, for the sake of this, we don't even really need to have that part because it's like we've already done it. It's already saved in another workflow. Okay. Where's the SMS? I deleted the SMS. Fudge. Well, that's not good. Bruh. That is unfortunate. Can I see an older version of this workflow? Is that possible? I don't think this is advanced enough to do that. I'm going to have to find... I think I DM'd it to one of my students the other day. The actual thing, because the file, it's kind of a little bit hard to find. Let me see. I think I DM'd it to my student Jane, if I'm not mistaken. Along with like some prompts and stuff. No, I didn't DM it to Jane. Okay, maybe it was to Askin. Or where is Askin? I swear I sent it to him. Yep, there it is. Okay, beautiful. There she is. Okay, cool. Now, same thing. We're going to add an SMS right here. Have our second. Yeah. Sorry, I got to do that again because I miss saying. Let me do it one more time. All right, so now we're going to add an SMS as well, and just copy and paste this one right here. So having that specific discount code of SM15. Now, this is a custom one. You are going to have to create this inside of Shopify. So all you got to do, go to the discount sections right here, create a discount, amount off products. Then we're going to type it in. So SM15, 15% off. Grab that specific collection that your product is in, save, and you're good to go. Cool. I already have it. All right, guys, the final email, and then we can do some fun stuff. I apologize for me needing multiple texts. This was journey. I appreciate all of you guys that were on the journey. I mean, most of you probably were not. I know the average person watches these live streams for like 5 minutes, so is what it is. Last chance to get 50% off your order. But shout out to people who actually did stay. Okay, so now for our final email, we are going to do a wait of 12 hours. And this is just going to be that final urgency saying that this discount code is truly going to expire. So for this email real quick, let's just add our subject line, last chance to get 15% off your order. And then we'll do get 15% off the item you are looking at. Bada bing, bada boom, we got that. And really for the template, we can just use the default one that's already there. Just need to get rid of a few things. Actually, it's probably a little bit easier if we just change out the template to the one that we just edited for the second email. So when we go back here, let's click on save. Let's add that. And then we'll do last chance to get 15% off your order. So let's just paste that. Beautiful. And then you are going to have to change this text out here because it does have your discount code is about to expire to, again, have that urgency and just make someone click onto your product page and buy, because that is truly the only option. So from here, let's just change out the name because no one wants Ethan Dobbins emails. They want Madison Beer emails. So we're going to have that real quick. Let's make that 17 pixels, and we are going to change the color to black. Cool. Finish editing. Bada bing, bada boom. Email done. And there was actually a part of this video that we didn't even record yet. And then right here, our SMS. So we're going to drop the final one here, which again, basically in the same vein, it just has that urgency that's saying the code is about to expire soon. So now our workflow is good to go. We got the exact times, we got all the emails, all the SMS. But before these actually send out, if you want to make sure they do send out without landing in spam, then there's a few quick settings that we have to have. Yep, so let's do that. Sorry, give me a second. I need water. So when it comes to email addresses, I would highly recommend getting your own professional email. And the best way to do that is through G Suite. It's probably going to take a little bit too much time to do a whole G Suite thing right now. So let's do the SMS part first. All right, so let's do that SMS part first. So if you go into your store settings and click on SMS, we can click on generate a phone number. And then from here, it's going to ask for a few quick details. But as you can see, we got this. And then we'll just verify that you follow the steps, and then your SMSs will actually be sending. Yep. So yeah, I got to fill in all that information and all that jazz. So we'll just do that. That for the sake of the video, we don't really need that. But we do need to get our own professional email. So we'll just do a quick little G Suite email. We'll do it for the Valority one because I actually do need it. So real quick, I'm going to cut back to my face cam just because there's going to be some sensitive information. So let's just do a quick little Q&A part before we get back into that. Time to buy another monitor? Yeah, honestly, for the live streaming shit, it does kind of look like that. Does kind of look like that. Yeah, it's kind of hard to just do it on one monitor. Yeah, I probably do need a second one. But how are you guys doing? We'll do a quick little Q&A for now while I kind of get that ready. How am I doing product research? Said Robin. I mainly do it. The free methods are the Facebook ad library, where I look up specific keywords of different problems and desires, and then I just find products that way. I find a lot of good products from that. PP ads is also solid. And Calidata. Those are kind of the main things, like having specific filters for those. I'm going to be here till you decide to mentor me 101. I mean, man, all you got to do is just click the first link in the description of my YouTube, Instagram, talk to my team, and then, yeah, I'd love to, if everything makes sense. It's obviously got to make sense for us to work together. Just pick up right this hand, check your site out. And ours. Wait, let me just see real quick. We're going to do the G Suites. And then to make sure your emails don't go directly into spam. Sorry, let me just screen. It's amazing how many things can go wrong. It's like, oh, you have a black space. Oh, you're not sharing your screen. Oh, whoa, whoa. It's so many things. Yeah, I need a second monitor. I do. I know. All right, whatever. And then to make sure your emails don't land into spam, have a professional email. Now, typically the best way to do this is with G Suite. So as we can see right here, you can create a new account and it's just going to basically ask you to log into where you bought your domain. It's typically a little easier when you buy from GoDaddy to directly connect it. So I would recommend that, but really from there, so I would recommend that. Cut there. Yeah, because we don't have to show them. Like, you just have to follow the instructions. It's pretty simple. But we'll just quickly do it. Just United States. Sure, we can use that email. I think for this one it was myvalory.com. And then I typically like to do support for the email. So we'll do support at myvalory. Obviously, we're going to create our password. I'll do capacity. I'll do that one. Yes. Just create this and it's going to ask me for usually to log into the domain. All right, well, can't share my screen for that. Hope to God I'm not sharing my screen now. Yeah, okay, we're good. Dude, this live stream is just so it makes me so nervous because like one little fuck up and then my entire bank account and everything is gone. I gotta kind of get used to it though. Okay, so I believe we are still recording my screen normally. Yes. Okay. Now, if you did buy your domain with Shopify, which is what we originally did, what we can do is click this text value, and then we have to copy it and add it to our domain DNS settings. I believe I actually did that with this one. Can't show you what the personal settings are for this store, unfortunately, so we're going to change that now. Let's see here. myvalory did buy. Yes. Okay. Should be back. Go to root domain. Where's the DNS settings? Domain settings, edit DNS. We had to add a TXT record, so set to default value TTL. Yeah, TXT record. Okay. So let me just show people how to do that. So from here, when you click on your domain, go to edit DNS settings, and then we're going to add a TXT record just like that. So this is the value, and then typically you have to also do the @ symbol. Let's grab that @. Okay. Come back here. Give that a sec. Beautiful. Beautiful. So now that we have that set up, let's go back to OmniSend and let's add that professional email. Because as we said, our deliverability is going to be so much better. And we're not going to go into spam filters typically when you have that email. Awesome. Let me just make sure. Am I sharing my screen? We are sharing the screen. Beautiful. Let's go back. So support. So in email addresses, we got support@myvalori.com, looking nice. Now, it's just going to ask you to verify your email address, and then once you do that, it's going to work. And then typically just make sure all of your emails send from that, and you are good to go. Beautiful. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and of course, keep following the challenge for more daily videos like this that'll teach you one step closer how to get your first winning product. All right, cool. Awesome, guys. We did it. Beautiful. Let me just... You know, we were right on the dime too. My face cam was at 1%. It was at 1%. Thank God. It only took three tries to get it right. Okay, so let's do a quick Q&A. How are we doing? Are we live? Man, wearing headphones for that long. Getcha. What does the 6K program have that the 1.5K does not have? I do not have a 1.5K program. First of all. So with my high ticket 101 program, yes, it has the 5 calls a week. It has the 101 coach where you can directly ask questions and get feedback on everything that you're doing. It has the Notion. So all of the resources, all the AI workflows, basically everything I do, all the templates for ads, for product pages. It basically just says, I don't know, everything that I use to become successful and scale my brands. So all that, essentially. Okay, let me, we're gonna come back to the face cam. My face cam's about to die, so let me just put a new battery in it. Boop. Actually, let me see if one of these batteries work. It's gonna like freak out real quick. How much battery is that one? 100? Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, let's refresh. It's gotta be one of those things in the settings where we don't have any. Let me see. If we turned up the music, I wonder how that would perform, but I don't really want it. I don't understand why this thing is now being all goofy. I apologize, guys. Let me go back to the working camera. Let's see if we can get this to work. Live streaming is not an easy gig, I'll tell you that. Especially when you're not technically proficient like me. It's a challenge. It's a challenge. Alright, let's see if this works now. Yay! Awesome. All right, let's do a quick little Q&A. I realistically have like 30 minutes left today, unfortunately. Monday, I kind of have a lot of meetings and jazz and stuff. So we might have to push market research back to tomorrow. I know, because we kind of spent a little bit too long on the email thing, having to do it for like an hour and a half. So if you guys have any questions or anything that I can help you out with, let me know. And YouTube chat doesn't look like there's been any updates. Instagram, neither. Okay. I guess we're just chilling. All right, so we could do a little bit of the start of the market research process, but I kind of want to have like a whole We could have the whole next stream dedicated to that tomorrow, which is like pretty valuable too. And then I can really deep dive with you guys for like 2 to 3 hours. That actually probably makes a bit more sense. That does make this a kind of an underwhelming live stream. I know. But I appreciate you sticking with me, guys, and just learning. Because at least, you know, we had a good mindset video. We got the email and SMS because that is a crucial step. The fact that you do need to have that set up. You guys now know how to do the professional email, all that. So that's good. So it's progress. It's baby steps, but it is progress. It's a little slower than I ideally like. So we're doing it the right way. We're doing it the right way. So I think we'll just have the next live stream tomorrow will just be an entire market research, data gathering, avatar, all that stuff. So we can really do it the right way. Yeah, we'll do it that way. But in the meantime, let's just do some Q&A for the next like 15, 20 minutes. Unless you guys have nothing and you're completely good. Silent Crypto said I ran my first ever store and got 2 sales in 48 hours. Yeah, it's definitely possible. No, it's if you got the right product, you make the right ads, and you can definitely make sales pretty early. I know with this live stream, it's gonna be difficult to do that because like the reality is I'm only working on it for 2 hours really, and a lot of this is also teaching you mindset stuff, so it's not gonna be just cut as efficient as possible. But yeah, if we're being as efficient as possible, yeah, you can launch a product in the same day easily and make some sales. But congrats on that. Omar's what product? Not sure what Omar said to have that. Yeah, let's go deep tomorrow. Yeah, we'll go deep tomorrow. We'll go deep tomorrow. Because I really want to do it right. And I have like a full thing planned for that. How many stores do I have running? Right now, about 5. Could you send the email and SMS message template? Join the school. It'll be in the school. Join the school community. It's in the link in any of my descriptions or my Instagram. How much should you be able to spend per ads per day? When you're initially testing, I'd say 80 is a good solid budget. And then obviously when you're scaling, you're usually just reinvesting profits back into it. So that's just based on that. What are the things that you examine and ask yourself after having a winning ad? Usually it's breaking down the angle. So what was the angle? Who was the avatar we marketed to? And then, of course, doing more frameworks with the same angle and avatar. It's also noting down, okay, what are the variations I can make of that ad? So can I change up the hook, which usually, obviously, you can. If it's an image ad, changing up the headline or the visual. Those are usually the main things you can do to make more variations once you have a proven concept to like squeeze out some more juice and shekels from it. So that's what I would recommend on that end. But the big thing to create more winning ads is what was the avatar? What was the angle that we hit? And how can we even go a layer deeper in terms of really nailing down that messaging? Are the 5 stores in the same niche? No, they're different niches. It's mainly though beauty and health. I'm in school and I don't find it. That's the reason why is because I'm about to add it right after this call. So I just stay in there. I'll post a message update and I'll be in there. In fact, we have a video called email and SMS template, so I'll just drop it under there as well. 80 is crazy. You really need capital to do this. I got my first sales with $12 per customer. Yeah, I mean, if you're selling a lower ticket product, that's possible, but at scale, that cost per purchase is going to rise. Today, I got 50 link clicks, but only 21 landing pages. Is that normal? No, it's definitely not. That is a landing page speed issue. So I would, if you were on the live stream yesterday, we talked about Flash Page Speed Optimizer. I'd get that. You can also contact someone on Fiverr who's a page speed expert to optimize that. Those are the 2 things I'd do if I were you, because that is a significant drop-off. Dorman said, okay, thank you. No worries. I like these little badges that you guys have. Oh, top fans. That's funny. That's cool. All right. Let me know if you guys have any other final questions for today. If not, all good in the hood. All good in the hood. Can a product really ever die? There comes a point where a product, it's not dying, but you have to evaluate the amount of time and effort that it would take to make it work again, because there's just some periods where you try a lot of ads and templates and things of that nature, and the product is not clicking. So in those cases, it's just like, all right, is it worth the extra time and effort to try to make this thing work, or should we just put that into something else? Because it's like sunk cost fallacy. Like, you've already made it work, but now we've invested so much. So a lot of people kind of stick with a losing product for a little bit longer than they should, when it's just like, put that same level of effort into another product. Flash page speed has very bad reviews. Is that normal? Sometimes apps just get spammed with bad reviews from like competitors, so I would ignore that. And what niche would you start? We're doing beauty, health. Yeah, so it's the same thing that I like. Like the product that we're going to work on today is a health product, or tomorrow. Tomorrow's live stream is going to be that. When you're finding winning products, besides looking that there's not that many people on it when seeing a lot of times, that was not really good English. When you're finding winning products, besides looking that there's not that many people on it when seeing it a lot of times. Not sure what you mean by that, unfortunately. Not sure what you mean. Okay, I think we're going to call it a day for this live stream, guys. I do have to eat some lunch. I hope you all have a great day. And I apologize that we didn't get into market research and that the email part took a little bit longer than we'd ideally like. So again, you can get these prompts. They will be inside the Skool community so that you can set that up. So at least we got something done, of course. And we will do a full market research breakdown. So I would make sure, if you're watching this live stream right now, see the one tomorrow. And that is going to be the real biggest one. Do you think $15 a day could get you some sales on a product? And if so, definitely not. That's too low, bro. That's too low. Increase your budget. It's going to take you so long to learn and get any data that's meaningful with $15 a day. It'll take you like 2 weeks. No, increase your budget. Do you hold U.S. stock? Not typically. I mean, I have 3PLs that can ship from America if that's really necessary, but I find that it's not. If you use like UniExpress, usually you can get 7 to 10 days, which is perfectly fine. How do I create native ads? I have a video on my YouTube channel on that. It's a third most recent video. And it's a full tutorial with all the prompts, so definitely take a look at that. Do I think $15 a day could get you sales on a product? And if so, what region should that be run? I always do Big Four. Lamar said, please answer. Lamar, I already did. I did answer your question, buddy. I already answered it. Go rewatch the last 2 minutes. All right, I think then that'll be it for today. We'll end over on Instagram. We don't even have anyone on Instagram. That's usually the case. But I do appreciate all of you guys for hopping on, for watching, for commenting. Like I said, tomorrow is going to be a much more impactful day. And yeah, we'll cover. We're going to do market research for one of our health products, which is going to be really fun. What price should we start with? I don't know what you mean by that, because that's a very general question. What price should I start with? I mean, if you're talking about media buying, I usually do $20 per ad group, and I have 4 different ad groups, so it's $80 a day. Okay. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, 1:30. We'll have a much more succinct plan. Did you need some papers to sell? No, you don't need that. No. Limiting belief. You can sell whatever you want. All right. Cool, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.